Hey, it's Todd Ault. It's June 22nd. I just flew in with Skyla from Miami. Got up listen, in Miami you can go to sleep at 2:30 in the morning, which is not intentional, by the way. I couldn't sleep. Neither could she. Separate hotel rooms, to be clear. This is my assistant and my niece. But both of us couldn't sleep, she reported in the morning. I don't know why I had to clarify that.
I don't know.
Episode 99, my number in high school, my last year when I played fullback. All the other years was 89 or 12 when I played quarterback. Believe it or not, I was 165 pounds going into my senior year, 6'4". So
Jesus, what a rail!
And I gained a lot of weight. Now I'm a whale. It is the 99th episode of Risk On. Skyla and I were at a conference. By the way, let's get something out of the way. In studio is my man Jason Bartholomew, my friend, my colleague, my poker player who played this weekend. We're going to talk about that.
Yep.
Is today Tuesday?
Today is Tuesday.
That's it.
Oh, I thought it was Monday. Yeah, I'm a little weirded out here.
You got.
Yeah, Jason is in the house. Our man Marshall sadly is at a funeral in New York and could not be with us today. He's with Eric, his friend who passed away sadly last week. So we wish Marshall well at the funeral, and hopefully he can console the family a little bit. I know Marshall's very sad about this. Someone he hired back in New York a while ago. Eric Schreiber is his name.
Yeah.
We put him on the show last week. So we'll miss you today, Marshall. Skyla is in the house. Skyla?
Yes, hello. Happy to be here.
Feeling rich today?
Hell yeah.
Could you show everyone your shirt? Scoot over for the microphone. There you go, Rich.
It's
we
so
were at
soft,
the
this shirt.
Richie Dolan conference.
Yeah.
And Josh was somewhere. I can't see him, but he's here around here somewhere online. Special thanks to all the rich ladies in Miami. Richie Dolan himself, Ken, one of Richie Dolan's longtime employees and partners. For those of you who don't know Richie, he's a special coach to Juwan Howard, who I had the privilege of having dinner with. That was a great time. Michigan basketball head coach and one of the Fab Five. His son now plays at Michigan. I got the privilege of having dinner at Hakkasan with them. And speaking to a group of people, Mike Searock was down there. A lot of people. It was a fun time. And those of you subscribing who were at that show, I welcome you. I did have a great time meeting a lot of you. I'm sorry I couldn't spend more time with you, but it was fun. Richie is a very, very good coach. He coaches Formula One drivers, about 85 basketball players. He's with a special counsel, not counsel like legal counsel, but coaching to, I think, 4 or 5 former presidents. And so I had the privilege of going down there and speaking at his conference, and it was great in Miami. By the way, Miami, I know you're from Florida. It is an understatement that there's no COVID in Florida.
Yeah, it's been that way though. I didn't wear a mask like most of 2020. DeSantis didn't care. He said the masks. Actually, the science said, "Oh, masks work. Masks works. Wear a mask." But the studies and the research from Fauci's emails even show that Fauci himself wasn't convinced that masks work, and that was from the FOIA request with the emails that were released to the public. Also, if you look at the numbers from California compared to Florida's numbers with quote-unquote cases, Florida held its own and then some, destroyed New York, who was actually draconian, and held its own with California. So, yeah, he made a decision to keep businesses open and put businesses and families first, and it worked out for Florida.
Skyla and I and Marshall were there for the conference, and we stayed at the Nobu Hotel, but with right next to it was the Fountain Blue, which I've stayed at one other time before. That was fun. And packed on a Sunday night. I could not believe how packed that Circle Bar was. It was completely packed down there. Skyla, what did you think of it?
I mean, it was fun. It was crazy seeing that many people, like,
it was
in
crazy.
the same area. And like no one was wearing masks. No one cared.
Chat today? I'd like to shout out some chat people, but I can't see them. Can you see them? Who's in the chat today?
Where's Papa G? Devon Wright's here. That's nice.
What's up, Devon?
Devender's here. Brand Naked's here. The Third's here. W.M. McLean, base flyer. Oh, there's Papa G. Yeah, all the usual suspects. Blaze Wheaton's here. It looks like it's good to be. The King is here.
Nice.
Questioning the Florida numbers, which you can look for yourself. Florida did really well during COVID. I don't need to even try to justify that.
Don't get yourself upset there, buddy.
No, I'm just stating the fact. No
Jason, why don't we cover the market, and then we can cover what may be the biggest day ever. I don't know. I mean, I don't know for sure. We didn't realize all the profit.
What's up, Patrick?
It was a massive trading day or just a massive investment day for us. It may not be the biggest ever, but clearly, people ask me all the time, like, aren't you going to get in trouble? I don't disclose anything on this show that's not publicly disclosed. I never tell anybody anything that isn't publicly disclosed.
Right.
And you guys all know that Digital Power Lending, a division of Ault Global Holdings, symbol DPW, bought a large position in SSNT, Sam, Nancy, Tom.
Yeah.
Silver Sun.
Started scaling in what you
We were $4.
Yeah,
I think.
$4. Yeah.
We're a believer in what they're doing on software as a service. They're selling software as a service. They're a software reseller, and they have a cyber division that we're believers in. And I think the CEO should be buying back stock, but instead, hey, he declared a special dividend. And I'd like to thank him personally for the $400,000.
Correct.
But more importantly, the $1.448 million gain we had today in SSNT. And my only commentary on this is that all the 13Ds have been publicly filed. So all you haters out there, sorry, I don't know what to say to you because you're clueless.
What did they have to say today?
What can they say? It's publicly filed. It's audited. We own SSNT, man.
They
Whatever.
couldn't say anything except, wow, it seems like these 13D positions work out pretty well.
Well, because I have been an activist investor for a long time, and I try to find stuff that's undervalued. And occasionally I get lucky, even a blind robin. As Tom Doherty told me when I worked at Dean Witter, even a blind robin gets a worm once in a while.
Well, let's just...
But you know what Marshall said?
What?
He said even a garbage can gets a steak once in a while. There you go.
Well,
Am I
SSNT,
the garbage can or the steak? I don't know which one I am.
You're the steak.
Yeah, I'm the steak.
Yeah.
Why don't you cover the markets for us? I think we're into the show a little bit, and we haven't covered the market at all.
Well, apparently the NASDAQ reached an all-time high today while Jerome Powell was speaking on Capitol Hill under oath regarding inflation and job growth. The NASDAQ was up 111 points to reach an all-time high of 14,253. And the Dow Jones is 33,945, not an all-time high, but good for a 68-point gain. And the S&P ripped up 4246 plus 21. Bitcoin, what a ride today. Under 30 briefly, into the 29s.
I think I have some full disclosure there.
Oh.
Bitcoin.
Okay.
So I was frustrated about buying the coin directly, custodianship issues. And we've worked on this. We now have a Webull account, and we're going to be using that.
Yes.
But I read that there's discounts to the Grayscale. They're trading a discount, right?
Right.
Crypto, because they were selling those 6-month lockups where Rule 144 you had to hold on before you could unlock and sell your shares.
Right.
So it was trading at a premium at one point. And Grayscale doesn't sell once they own the crypto, they don't sell it. So it's like an open-ended fund, you're a closed-end fund. You just buy and sell the stock. So both the Ethereum and the Bitcoin today were down pretty hard in the morning. I think second day down. And
I got the Nick. Would you go to the screen real quick? This is what Todd's talking about here. GBTC 2801 closing, but down here, Todd was probably flying in the air.
I was, and I was trying to get a hold of you, and I said, you know what, I'm going to buy some because I could buy in the fund, and they ripped.
Right.
I almost bought it perfectly. They ripped. I admit, you and I, once we finally talked, we did take about looks like about $140,000-$150,000 profit.
Boom.
But I was happy to trade those. I'm interested in them because even though they trade on the OTC, they're highly transparent.
They're very liquid.
They're
OTC.
incredibly liquid.
Yes.
When I traded them, they were, and Ethereum in there and Bitcoin are trading at a discount to the actual they own. The only caveat I would warn people to look at is there's a 2.5% management fee. So Barry, man, you're killing it on your management fee because he's got like $30 billion in assets, man. He is killing it.
God.
And he announced an Ethereum Classic buyback because the fund is trading at a discount. So,
right.
And I'm honestly, I'm not as smart as you guys about Ethereum Classic, Bitcoin Cash. There's just too many of them, in my opinion.
Yes.
That don't matter. I don't know what's the use case for Classic versus a regular Ethereum.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that, to be honest with you. I really try only focus on Bitcoin and Ethereum.
I'm only focusing on the big ones.
EC20 tokens too, and stuff with Cardano. Which
so
is
where did Bitcoin close again?
Bitcoin, actually, I have it up
It's not
now.
it never closes, but
looks like 32.6.
What about Ethereum?
And Ethereum, actually, let's see if it cracked it.
So Bitcoin ripped back 3,000 bucks.
Yeah, Ethereum's actually 1910 right now.
Right. So still kind of
Yeah.
a little weak relative to what's going on with Bitcoin.
Well, I mean, it got a couple of standing 8 counts in the ring. I mean, China keeps bashing it.
You saw Kramer said he sold most of his Bitcoin.
He said it would take he wasn't even sure where it would have to retrace to where he would buy back in. So that was.
But he's also making a case for why is something with a less of supply going down, you think a more of a supply would go up.
Yeah.
I just want to say something for the record here as we digress a little bit into section 1. Okay, TRHC. You were right.
Yeah.
Okay. Everyone on this show, the great thing about the show, transparency, is Jason called TRHC. Okay. It went to $10 yesterday.
I think it went to 11.
Okay, 11.
But
Who's
whatever.
counting, right? Who's counting? You were having me buy that thing at $1.50.
Yeah.
We made $100,000, Jason. You decided to sell it.
Yeah, I did.
I think you regret every moment of it.
No, I personally, it was my decision to sell. At no time did Todd say, hey, you want to take a little off? I actually went to him and said, hey, let's book a 6-figure win, which is nothing wrong with that. But then once we got rid of the stock, it was kind of gone and forgotten. But you know how sometimes you look back and say, woulda, coulda, shoulda? And you do. A lot of people do that. It's just human nature. And we watched that thing catapult all the way up to 11. Today it got pummeled back down to 7. And after hours, it's 7:35. Today's the last day to get the special dividend in the form of a preferred. And it looks like Trade Zero was notifying shorts that they would have to close their positions before the closing bell or they were going to liquidate them. So it's pretty volatile right now.
Did we cover the copper and the others?
No, we didn't get to oil, which was down 31 cents. Actually had a down day for once.
Base Flyer $9.99, by the way.
Oh yeah, Base Flyer delivering.
I hope we meet this guy or
do not say anything by the
dips.
Oh, okay.
He's just trying to not use a bad word.
I see it.
He says, don't say anything by the blank DIP dips.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
He's respectful. He or she is. Base Flyer, I'm assuming, is a guy. I don't know that many females watch our show, but there are some out there, right?
So yeah, sure. So gold was $17.75, and that was down $7, and silver was $25.79, down 23 cents, and copper was up 4 cents to $4.23. Copper had recently fallen back a little bit because China released some strategic reserves, and that kind of put a little more liquidity into the market. But look at the U.S. dollar here. Nick, I've got the chart up, the one-day chart here. Pulling back some, it looks like 91.73. And so let's see what happens. Powell was on Capitol Hill today talking about his mandates regarding inflation, keeping inflationary concerns in check, and also job growth. It's been pretty underwhelming, the job growth, as far as people actually wanting to leave their house, getting off the government cheese and going back to work in the private sector. That's not happened in a lot of states that have kept the unemployment benefits going on and on and on. There's a labor shortage because a lot of people are incentivized just to stay home and actually, in some cases, make at least or more money than they would going back into the workforce. So it was interesting to see Powell talk about that. Of course, it got highly political, both sides of the aisle trying to make their points. And so that was kind of interesting. Powell did swear under oath to tell the truth, and that was pretty interesting to watch. You can get a recap of it.
Hey, not that leave that up for a second. Not that it matters to anybody, but Skyla and I got our flight perfectly to arrive here. We arrived about, 50 minutes before the show, drove right over here on no sleep, although I did sleep on the Miami to Salt Lake part of the trip.
Yeah, we slept on the first one a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. Question here. It's good to be the king. $4.99 super chat.
Thank you.
Todd, what iPhone trading app do you prefer? The one you used when you bought Naked on air. Look good. You like it. Okay. Trick question.
Yeah.
We use a lot of different apps. So I have brokers that I trade with that are not, of course, on the iPhone. We have an E-Trade. We have an Interactive Broker. So the one I buy on net, when I buy naked, is Interactive Broker. Interactive Broker appears to have a couple advantages. First of all, I'm not a fan of the platform in the sense the way they report. It's just, oh my God, it's so complicated. No, it's not as simple as E-Trade. But they are open at 1 a.m. Pacific time. They do have a great shorting platform.
Yeah.
We use Webull also. Now we use it institutionally.
Yeah.
I use Webull personally. I use what's that one app?
Use Robinhood.
Yeah. You don't like that.
Yeah, I
Robinhood.
don't like Robinhood.
I trade with a boutique broker dealer in Los Angeles, but mainly I use E-Trade.
Yeah.
Because they have a bank and they're easy to move around. I do a lot of syndication stuff. I buy, IPOs or secondaries. I do some converts. If you look at DPL's business plan that's owned by Ault Global, we lend to other public companies, so we're involved in public company trading. And E-Trade is very easy to migrate. I'm
looking at
Webull only lets me have one account. Huh. Wonder why you'd need to have more than one account, though.
Yeah, why would you need more than one?
If you have different entities, they'd probably let you have different accounts. Speaking of that, Jason, have you heard anything on Naked at all?
I have not. In
God,
fact,
it's driving
we've
me crazy.
What did Naked do today?
I was looking at it. I'm like, should I add to it? Yeah, look at this thing.
Yeah, it's cheap.
I'm going to buy more
It's
right
cheap.
now.
NAV, it's cheap. I mean, there's no questioning that.
He's going to do something.
Bitcoin's 32.7.
I'm going to buy 15,000 more Naked right this minute. People always worry, like, is someone going to front run you? No. Come on.
I mean,
Get your money right. No one's going to front run
I mean,
me.
if you want to sell to us, go ahead. Whatever.
Yeah, for sure. I'm going to buy some of it right now.
Naked today, look at that. The volume was just minuscule. 33 million shares traded.
Well, that's small for Naked.
Very
isn't it?
small. 63.40 after hours.
Here we go. Ready?
Listen to the ding.
Yeah, you know that there's the stock for sale when they fill the whole thing. Boom.
Nice.
All right, good. Got it. Added to that position a little bit. I like to buy it on pullbacks. Boom. Oh, Alzheimer. Yeah, wow, look at that. Picked up a little bit.
A lot of chatter about that stock on Discord chat room.
Yeah, just for the record, by the way.
Right here.
Oh, yeah.
Chatter.
Hey, Base Flyer, SSNT, you're right, my man. We are a 14% shareholder, and we were thrilled to see that special dividend. We would like to see a stock buyback. We are, absolutely happy there.
Let's cover that. Let's
Tim
cover SSNT.
Steiner. Well, that's a new name, I think. SSNT was a big deal for us today, up $1.448 million.
Take a look.
And that is not inside information, guys.
No.
I filed the 13Ds. It's public knowledge. You can follow what I do in 13Ds, or you can follow the haters.
Here's the 30-day chart, Nick. As you can see, if you want to hit that, yeah, there you go. SSNT.
You know what's funny about the haters? In a 32-year career, they talk about only the time I've lost. They don't say, you founded a company that sold for $120 million. Oh, you were involved in Taco Cabana that sold out to private equity. Oh, you bought Jack in the Box. Oh, you bought SNFCA up in Utah. I've done like 27 deals. But you got the losers. That's like a poker playing where only about the hand they lost.
I was going to say
that's
that.
like news too. It's
What?
the news. There's only bad stories.
I
On
was
the
gonna
news.
say
like
that.
you
I'm
never
glad you
hear
said
good
that.
stuff on the news.
And,
It's the same-
and
like
what's
the same
crazy
thing.
is like they all tell me something I'm doing. Like one guy's follow Ault, the multi-level criminal. Really? I don't recall ever being arrested. I did get a speeding ticket one time. These people like say whatever they want, and the part about it that I don't care. I literally have thick, fat skin with lots of extra blubber, blubber. I'm overweight.
Come
People
on, man.
no, but listen, people point that out. Like, hey, the CEO's fat.
Yeah,
like
ooh.
fat shaming me. You can't fat shame me. I'm married to a 6-foot-tall model. She's beautiful. You can't do it. There's nothing you could say. I got 4 kids. You're not gonna fat shame me. I don't care. I care only what she thinks, not what you think.
That's hilarious.
Anyway, it's hilarious that they're so worried about nothing. So deals go bad. DPW had to reverse. It sucked. It was terrible. Bitcoin crashed down to 3,000. We got up. We got sideways. Made some acquisitions. We made some mistakes.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to dwell on that. Let's go. Let's move on.
I mean, if you want to fat shame us, here, Nick, go to the screen. Here, fat shame us on the Silver Sun Technologies 60-cent dividend.
Let's go.
How's
Let's
that?
see it. Oh yeah, there we go.
There you go.
Nice.
And that's just for your purposes here, payable July 16th, and for shareholders of record, July 9th.
Now this space flyer guy must be smart. And now I'm on to the space flyer guy. Do I know you? Because would it make sense to partner with SSC since DPW is building out a cloud service?
Where's that?
Look at that. I mean, look, dude. Come on, man. Look at it. It's good to be the king. Todd, stop letting the haters live rent free in your head. Okay. It's good to be the king. I right now pledge to not talk about the haters. Done. Not gonna bring them again.
Nice.
All right. Yeah, it would, base flyer. If the CEO is interested, Alliance Cloud Services is building out a cloud services business. We bought a data center back, I think, in December or January. 617,000 square foot building, a former copper plant. Can be upgraded to up to 300 megawatts. We're building out a 30,000 square foot data center there now.
Correct.
So base flyer is onto something. You're pretty smart there. You never know what could happen there. But I think the difference is that I was struggling today with, it was like 1070, and I decided, okay, I'll sell a few thousand shares. Then I just bought them back. I'm like, what am I going to do? Why? Because I'm long SSNT.
That's and full disclosure that could have been a huge profit had we realized.
I know I could have just, but
the divvy. I mean, look at all the excitement that's going now. That's free money, cash dividend, 60 cents.
Yeah. Get your money right.
Yeah, for sure. So, I like it.
Yep. Well, hey, what stocks are we going to cover? What section are we in?
Josh,
come on. Come on, Josh.
4
Get
minutes
control
here.
of the program, man. Come on, Josh.
We got all kinds of stuff.
Satish says ALZN up during power hour.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys know this, but I'm not even an executive of ALZN anymore. Because I wanted the management team to be solely getting focused on biotech and not finance, that I became chairman emeritus and I'm the founder. But I actually turned over the chairmanship to Will, who has a biotech background. And then they recruited some doctors, some great doctors from UCLA. I mean, really, I'm so pleased with 1 week ago today, Alzheimer went public. Just thrilled about it. And not much is going to bother me. All I care about with that is what happens with patients.
Correct.
All I care about is that I know this sounds cheesy, but I want humanity. My father, by the way, today, my father, sadly, was put into a home, an Alzheimer's home today. He will not be able to take this drug. He will not be able to take the vaccine or the treatment for Alzheimer's. He was put into a home today. He unfortunately will not make it. So I care about this in his legacy. I have his last name. I was adopted by him when I was 13. I care about it going into patients.
Yes, of course.
I care seeing what these drugs can do with the University of South Florida's creation.
Wow.
What?
An 8K was filed.
What's it say?
File 8K has been made with ticker symbol ALZN.
What's it say?
Well, let's open it up and take a look.
Wait. This is real time. I'm not playing around. I don't know. I'm not in management, so I don't know what 8K is filed. What do you talk about? 8K.
Let's take a look here. I'm trying to get this.
An 8K. Huh. All right. Well, we don't want there to be any dead space while we think about that.
I'm trying to find a better.
Let us know, man. Let us know what it says so I can look at it.
Yeah, let me take a look at
You're
it.
throwing me off. Okay, so let me
Sorry.
get back on track here. So yeah, it was a week ago today. Alzheimer went public, and we appreciate everybody out there who's supportive. And as I told, it's good to be the king. I make no more comments about the other side. We're good. We're done with that stuff.
Yeah.
I did send out a tweet, though, thanking the CEO of SSNT today. Did you see that?
Yes, I did.
I couldn't help it. Did it from the plane.
No, that was great.
Skyla, what's up with you today?
Trying to hydrate. I always get like dried out after planes, like just my skin, and I feel so thirsty.
It looks like the CEO
But
here, Mr.
I'm
Jackman.
doing good.
What's
I'm
that?
happy to be back.
New
I
contract?
understand
Yeah,
the difference between like humidity and dry heat. I very much prefer Vegas.
So
Florida was nice,
You've
but it
learned
was
you learned the
wet.
difference between the humidity of Miami, where you take a shower
Yeah.
and you're still wet after you dry off, and then
Correct.
the heat here, which is a dry heat where you get out of the pool soaking wet. You don't even make it to the door before you're dried off.
Yeah.
You know, the heat here is furnace heat.
I've experienced both of them. Living in Florida since 2006, moving to Las Vegas last August. I'd much rather navigate the Florida heat. That's just me personally.
Really?
Yeah, I don't like the $1.16
Your clothes
oven.
get sticky.
Oh, man.
Yeah, but
And,
it
like-
rains every day and it cools off. And there's like trees and grass and stuff. I don't know. It's just
Yeah,
better.
I mean,
Are
that's
we
nice,
losing you? You
but,
moving back to Florida?
Like, I don't know. I feel like I couldn't, like, if I wore something nice, like we went out to dinner and I wore a nice dress and it was just, like, stuck to me because I was so sweaty.
Not unless
like,
we open up a
Hey,
trading desk.
it's good to be the king. I want to say something to you. If you read, not you, because I'm sure you read it, but if you read the prospectus on the IPO, it kind of tells you when the date's going to be filed, what they're thinking about doing with the IND process. It's kind of in the document. That's why I'm laughing at people giving me comments. And I have people, I'm not talking about the haters, but I have people saying that I dumped stock.
Oh,
No.
that was like ridiculous.
No, I did not. Not
Yeah.
a single share. I have never, ever have I.
I found a post on one of the social media sites that said, "Look at Fat Ault. You know he sold at 31 and bought everything
I never
back
sold
at
any stock.
750 or something. Unbelievable,
Anyways,
dude.
that happens.
These people are sick.
I did. There when I have. I'm sure there'll be a filing soon about buying some stock.
Sure.
I did accidentally press the sell button for like 500 shares and had to buy it back one time, but,
But
that was like a stupid thing. I had to buy it right. You know,
That
because
just
like
happens.
sometimes on E-Trade you can
Yeah.
kind of mess up there. Let's get back on track. Where are we? Hey, I saw that Bobby Flay, he said that Vegas was going to be huge now. This is going to be the biggest summer ever for Vegas.
Oh yeah, the strip is
it big?
ridiculous.
Is it rocking?
Yeah. So outside
Hey,
my
you gotta tell me about. I want to. Where are we? What section are we? We're in section 3. Okay, can help me out here. Oh, macro. He's not here right now. We're gonna skip around a little bit. I want to know what happened at the tournament. I don't need to know about you busting out because you busted out, right?
well, I mean the
By the
tournament.
way, you know I sent you the 400 right away. See
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
See that?
yeah, the
I
tournament.
bought 25% of Jason's action. The entry fee was $1,600.
Yeah.
And I had a feeling he might win. So I didn't know, but I wasn't gonna. I had a little FOMO.
They got $2 million in the prize pool roughly. It was only supposed to be a guarantee of $1 million. So I knew it was going to be really big.
How many people were there?
I don't know, like 12, whatever, 1,500 times 2 million. What is that? 1,500.
It was 1,600, right?
Yeah, but there's the rake too. It was like 2 million divided by 1,500, 1,333.
Wow.
Give or take.
So is it a giant poker room?
Yeah, it was. Well, it was in the sports book. They cleared it out and they put all poker tables in there at the Encore.
Wow.
And 1,600 to buy in. Our tournament field alone on our day was about a $900,000 prize pool, and they had 3 day ones, and then they reconcile everyone. The top, I think 12% advanced, and then they played on day 2, which was Sunday, and then the final table was yesterday. I didn't look and see if one of my buddies who was making a deep run. Actually, I need to look and see if he made some money, but we got it in at the 800 big blind level.
How'd you do?
I played well. I made one bad move on one hand, and it was pocket 8s. I had pocket 4s, and it was a 3-5-6 board. The flop was 3-5-6. I had pocket 4s.
Uh-huh.
It was raised pre-flop, and there was 3 players in the pot. And the turn was actually an 8, and it was me and this other guy.
So
heads
he had
up.
8s,
Yeah, he had pocket 8s.
and so he got 3 8s.
Yeah, he had 3 8s. I was open-ended, and, he bet the turn, and I called. It was a pretty big bet, and then I whiffed on the river. So I ended up missing, it cost me some chips. I had to fold on the river.
Ugh.
But, I was open-ended, so I don't know. I was getting good odds to play that hand. But then I had King Jack of Hearts. Right after the break, the second break, we come back. Seat 1 had busted out, so they replaced that player with a new player. He sits down. Dealer shuffles up, deals it out. The guy gets pocket aces first hand off the break, new to the table. And he made a raise, and we had one caller, and I was in the big blind. And it was 1,800 total, cost me 1,000 more, so I flick in the 1,000. We see a flop of King 8-4. I have King Jack of Hearts, King 8-4 with 2 hearts. So a top pair, good kicker with the second nut
And you
flush
think you
draw.
got him?
Yeah, well, I check. He continues. The other guy folds. I check raise, and then he just jams, and I'm not folding there. So I get it in there, and it's actually a coin flip, 50-50 equity.
Ugh.
So we miss. No king, no jack, no heart. Good game to us. And we are out of the $1,600 $1 million win tournament. So on to the next one.
Oh, God.
It happens.
Dude, what sucks for me sometimes is I'll get like pocket fours or pocket sixes, and I'll lose to pocket queens, or and I'll lose to kings like three. I just can't stand the fact that I lose on. You kind of, it's strange. You got to know how to fold. I don't know how to do it. I'm not as good as you, but you do know how to. Got to know how to fold like low pocket pairs, right?
Yeah, it depends on the pre-flop action, the stack sizes. Is it worth it to set mine to try to hit your third card? If there's enough chips in play or dollars in play, then it's worth it, because if you do hit your third, because let's face it, when you're playing small pocket pairs, you're trying to flop a set.
I'm laughing because someone said here, W.M. McLean said, Jesus, Jason, nice memory. This is exactly why Jason works with me, man. I'm telling you, this is what he does. This is what he does. It's crazy.
Rumor has it that I might be able to start giving some more poker content, and maybe even doing some videoing of the poker tournaments like a couple of my friends do. Check out Jeff Boski, Boski. Shout out to Jeff. He's got a nice YouTube channel. And shout out to Brad Owen, the real Brad Owen, and Andrew Nemi also. Those are my three favorite poker content YouTube channels. And then the Trooper 97 also has poker content, but then he has also Everyday Vegas Life. Check out the Trooper. That's my all-time favorite vlogger for sure, Trooper 97.
So it's good to be the king. Says Skyla, let's petition Dre's for Todd to guest a DJ party. I think
Yeah,
a party.
I read that, but I wasn't sure what it meant, so I
A
kinda...
DJ party.
Yeah, on top of Dre's, on top of
Yeah, on top of the Cromwell.
the Cromwell.
Oh, okay.
Yep,
Yeah, on top
That
of the
would be fun.
Cromwell.
for sure.
Wonder who It's Good to Be the King is.
I don't know. What's he asking for?
Well, I mean, is he local? He's saying let's petition to have Todd host a DJ party.
Does he want to... Oh, he wants a course on the DVD box
Oh,
set.
day party. That's what Darty means.
Yeah, day party.
I didn't know that.
It's Good to Be King is half troll, half real. It's just a matter of find out which side he's on, where he's bluffing.
Maybe
I don't think
dress
that knows what
rehearsal
DJ.
at the Encore Beach Club.
That's
Jason
right
will-
next to the poker
of course,
tournament.
the DVD box or Betamax. So you can't tell sometimes. Sometimes he's very supportive. Other times you think he might be going to rip your head off.
Yeah, he's
But he pays super chat, so he's nice to us.
good. He's good.
He's a good guy.
It's good to be king. We like you.
Yeah, it's for sure.
He sent over a clip for the 100th episode.
Oh, really?
No way.
It's awesome.
Awesome.
No way. So are we ready to go with that? Hey, by the way, 949-799-1831. 949-799-1831. Get your 5-second clip in or whatever you're sending for tomorrow's show. Wait. Go back. Whoa. Go back. I need to see that. There was some scroll back up. 8K looks just routine, Mr. Jackman stuff. Yeah.
Yep.
He had a new contract. I'm aware of that. He was without a contract. Honestly, how long it takes to inception a human being. I apologize for skimming over it. BCTX primed to run up again? ? By Blaze.
PCTX, Biotech.
You know that name?
Yeah, Biotech. I think.
Yes on copper. Auto detailing. Did you guys ever take a look at IRDA up big today? More insider buying. Do you know IRDA?
Not familiar with that ticker.
He or she must have told us about it in auto dealing. It must be a guy.
I don't.
Drunk Turan, thoughts on a Resort World exclusively using Grubhub instead of room service.
Is that right?
Is that true?
Wow.
Is that true?
It's good to be king.
God.
They're not conspiracy theories when they actually become conspiracy realities. I'm just saying, a lot of this stuff that you might perceive.
Such angle he bottles up. Jason, did you get back in Torch? He's picking at you now, man.
Torch is where is Torch right now? Torch is up after hours, 7:26.
Hey, I wanted to pull up a chart. Can we pull it up real quick on my screen? This is a chart of SSNT, and you can see where I started buying it down here back in the day here up, and then it started rallying on my purchase, and then rallied more, and then fell back. But that is a 6-month chart of SSNT, and we've been committed. We did sell a little bit when it rallied, then we bought it back, and then we went over 10%. And so you can see that clear as day chart, year-to-date chart. Let's bring that. Okay, looks. Hey, by the way, I like this format here. You can leave it up. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We're making progress here because this is great. Brett, Nick, great job here. You can see over on the right, you can see the financials. $10 million in revenue for the quarter, up 7.94%. Net income up 221%. I mean, it's going the right direction. I know they're generating free cash flow. They've been buying things like crazy. They've had momentary. I'm gonna go to the 1 year. Look at that chart for the 1 year. I mean, look at that chart, Jason.
I know.
Jeez Louise. Look at that.
Look at that side by side.
What's going on around here?
Jeez.
All right. Hey, we're getting modern here, man. I love it. Wow, look at that. And here's the 5 year. And this guy who runs it, Mark, he's got to be. I mean, he may hate me, but I don't think he hates me. He may like me. Brought a lot of tension there, Mark. Come on, buddy. Come on, let's. That
is true.
Activism does work, my friend.
That is very true.
But Mark thinks I'm a seller. Hey, he thinks I'm a seller.
No.
No.
Why would we sell? We got a divvy coming.
Come on, baby.
Let's
Get
eat.
that dividend.
We need to eat.
Papa needs a new pair of shoes.
I mean, just like with Rocket Mortgage.
Oh my God.
That divvy was.
God, you're bringing back memories.
That divvy was
That went
nice.
to 49 in one day, and then back all the way back to 19. Dan Gilbert was like a multi-billionaire that one day for a while. It's good to be the king says, I only troll when Jason's conspiracy theories for what it's worth.
Yeah, kind of like
Jason does have some. I
Jeff-
sent a video of me wearing a Risk On t-shirt, Devon Wright.
Nice.
I am so stoked about this conference. Thanks for the merch, guys.
Let's see what we
I am
got
so
here.
stoked about this. What do you guys think about Genesis AI? I don't know anything about that. Is that Genesis mining AI?
Yeah, I'm not sure about that. If I don't know, I don't know.
Jamie Bennett.
Tell us more.
Can you tell us more? Hey, Josh, let's talk about tomorrow's show. Are we going to have people coming on the show, like where we're going to be able to have them on, or what's the plan there? Have we spoken about this yet?
We have not spoken about it yet, but we are capable of doing that for sure.
So is it, what do you guys think about having Papa Gorilla on and some of the other supporters? Could we reach out and see whether we'd want some of them to come on? Maybe they wouldn't want to come on Zoom. Maybe they, by the way, no pressure if you don't want to come on, but if you would come on for a minute or two and we could talk to you and put a name with the face and talk about what you do, where you live, and what kind of trading you do, what kind of risk you're taking, what's your risk on moment you're looking at. I'd love to do that if you'd want to. The show Risk On, Risk On is a Wall Street term, but I really mean this for anybody who's trying to do something with their life, in the sense that I came from my mom. I lived in HUD housing. My mom was effectively single. She got pregnant at 17, had me at 18. I never knew my biological father. I know who he is, never seen him, never called him, never spoke to him. My mom married, had another child, divorced, got married, had no children with him, but he was abusive. And then years later, my mom married the guy who I consider my father, who adopted me. I grew up in HUD housing in Fullerton, California. I went to good schools. I went to Parks Junior High. I went to Edison High School. But other than my grandfather giving me some money, lending me some money to start my business, and a wonderful man in New York who's been a supporter of mine, who really helped me come back after 2008, 2009. I've had a lot of risk on moments where I put a lot at risk to get where we are.
Yeah.
Right? And I want to hear from other people what you guys are doing to take risk. Not risk in the sense that I'm risking everything, but I think everyone has to have a desire, something that they want to do. And I want to hear about them. Like, hey, Papa Gorilla owns a restaurant.
Yeah, he's doing
But he's
real
talking
estate.
about doing some real estate.
Yeah, for
right?
sure.
And I'd love to talk to him. I want to find out what Robbie does, what Devon Wright does. And if you don't have a risk on moment, let's figure out what your risk on is going to be, and let's see if we can help you. Hold on a second here. Oh, let's see here. Blaze Wheaton. Am I reading that right?
Yeah.
In your opinion, will we see a turn in the home market from seller's market to a buyer's market anytime soon as COVID mortgage laws are lifted? Vegas has laws lifting next week.
Mm-hmm.
This is a trick question because my understanding is they're not building homes fast enough.
They're not. The numbers are.
Will it become a buyer's market? What do you think, Jason? You're more in tune with real estate because of your wife than anyone I know.
Well, I want to see tomorrow. We'll have new home sales report and mortgage applications come out tomorrow.
Yeah, my answer probably is a buyer's market in California and a seller's market in Nevada, Florida, North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
Probably a buyer's market in New York.
Yeah, they're fleeing New York.
Yeah. There's a real deviation, like the biggest deviation I've ever seen in my 51 years of being alive in the way certain states act now and how they treat their citizens. It's very obvious to me.
Yeah, for sure.
Like
it's pretty polarizing. It's
pretty
really easy.
polarizing. But yeah, people continue still to buy in California, but there is a net exodus, but not enough yet to matter, but it probably will matter someday.
Well, yeah, someday a lot of the tax base is leaving.
So my answer is I think it's probably a seller's market for a while. I think there's a shortage of homes in the sort of like $350 to say $1 million range.
We're
Jason?
looking at tomorrow morning at 8:30. You'll have the new home sales report. Last month, 863,000 new home sales happened. They're looking for 881,000 new home sales for June. I'm sorry, for May, and the range is 840 to 920. Let's see if it falls in those parameters. And then also, again, that'll be for May, and then also for the mortgage applications tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Eastern time.
What do you think of Dave's prognosis, Vegas Dave, about the market? Since then, I think the market's rallied, Dave.
Yeah, he's right though. I mean, not in the short term.
You think he's right?
Yeah, Michael Burry he's off Twitter again. This guy can't make up his mind. We know where he stands.
Listen to the day today here, right? SSNT up, Iconics another 13-day filer, IKNX. We've owned that for 6 months.
Yeah.
I bet you no one in the audience owns any, and I'm not telling you to buy it.
No.
But it's like not a surprise. I'm in it for a reason. Let's see what happens, right?
Yep.
And I'm not telling you to buy it. Do not buy Iconics because of me. I'm just saying that I'm transparent on what I'm buying when I'm trying to take a position in a company where I have to file a 13D. Game was up today finally, GAME. That was the uplist from Engine Media.
Right.
The former CEO of TiVo is the chairman of that company. We have some Game. We own some Game. We're up in that.
We got Game.
We're not a filer because we don't own enough. We have Friedman Industries, the steel company. They're going to report earnings on the 28th. We're long that in a 13D. Now, that's made a move, so be careful, guys.
Yeah.
That made a move from where we started buying at $8 and some change. I think our average is like 9 and some change, and now it's near 14, so be careful there. Alzheimer obviously was up today, finally. It was good after falling back from the high of 33.55.
Yep.
Square Foot, still own that. SQFT. We bought that Hoth. That's a dog.
Yeah, they're doing a
Clover, dog. ONTX, dog. Chara, CHRA, not a filer. It's all right. SND, okay. MDRR on the preferred, but I sold the common.
Mm-hmm.
I'm short the diamonds. I'm short AMC. I am long DSS. I bought some in the hole. I'm short the Qs, and I'm long the silver company AG.
Getting pummeled.
You know, I looked at it. I guess when you're down 10% in something, you are getting pummeled, right? Is that right?
They're incredible. Not worried in the least bit.
We have gotten hit in that a little bit.
They just put another mine on board. They're fine.
We own a bunch of other biotechs too, by the way.
We own AEZS, CLBS.
I'm going to get to more user comments, by the way.
LMNL.
More user comments.
AUMN, somebody asks.
Yeah.
We are
wow,
not.
look at you. We're not in that right
We're not
now.
in that.
They're not calling us back. We're kind of disappointed in them.
Yep.
Let's talk about that real quickly.
What about
here.
copper? Yeah.
Hold on.
FCX.
AEZS, we're long Canon. Wow. And we own calls on that one, and we own puts. We sold puts.
Yeah.
Ugh, that's looking ugly.
Gosh.
We bought a little of this CCS. Now, I want to be clear. When I mean a little, I mean literally 200 shares of CCS. Jason's looking at that. I was up at $1.24 today. Jason's a fan of this Community Homes, right?
Yep.
CLBS, we're long that biotech. We're long KIQ, LGHL, LMNL. We're long NAC, NAK. We're long Naked Brands, NAKD. For you guys out there, never heard of Naked Brands. It's trades a lot, by the way. I don't know if they think I'm being a smartass, but there are people new to the show.
True.
NAKD, we are long that too. NVOS, we're long that. Oh, that's up 25. What the heck? NVOS is up 25 cents. What, did they do something right? Jason and I have a stinker right now, OEG, but you're a fan of that, right?
I am a fan. They just keep putting out more revenue contracts and just not getting rewarded. Yet.
RGLS, we're long that too.
LGHL, we should have sold that pop. That was my fault.
Yeah, this NVOS is up to. We're down on that though. We tell you, well, when we're out, we're down, and when we're up here.
DRDP 29, DTC 005. I've got that on my list right here. Thank you for the $2 super chat.
BlackRock is buying up homes 20% higher than they ask. Yeah, that's an interesting scenario here. They are buying up homes. They're buying up hard assets. You're gonna hear us talk about that they're buying up hard assets for a reason, and I'm a big believer in it. The UK is a seller's market. How do I say his name? Dardura?
Dardura.
Crypto Joe. Coming into 2020, there was a supply shortage of 2.5 million units, according to research by Freddie Mac. I like that Joe quotes the research.
Yeah, that's good.
Look at Joe coming through. I think that's great. Because a lot of times Joe says to me, read a big article, and I said, Joe, come on now. Because he reads a lot, you know. Joe, what'd the article say? Give me some, cite your research. And that's nice of Joe to do that. I like that. How do you say this? MALUEY or MALUY 1. Hey guys, it would be cool to hear some stories about your wins
Billy.
or mistakes with money time to time, lessons you learned from them, why you did them. Okay, you want to hear my mistakes? Oh my God.
You got enough.
You don't have enough time,
Brett,
my
you
man.
want to extend?
You got to extend this show a couple hours. I have made a lot of mistakes in my career, and I admit them. Clear mistakes. And I will cover some of them. You know what? I know for sure at the Risk On conference coming up in October, I will be covering. There will be a 2-hour lesson in mistakes and what to do with them for sure. And how I got back on track, really. I give credit to a lot of people who supported it, including my wife, but I do give credit to a book called 10X by Grant Cardone. Grant and I don't hang out anymore. We don't, I don't go to his stuff, but I did like that book a lot. It was a very helpful book. Skyla, before we get to Risk on Sports and my sadness, because I feel Jason's not betting on baseball, we're going to have to get him back into the game.
Can I address this net sky limit? I want to apologize, Todd, for me being rude. This is all I can do. I still listen to the show. What's that all about?
What happened?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Why were you
net
rude?
sky limit. Can you?
Why were you rude, buddy?
Can you expound on that?
Yeah. Why we're looking that up, and he's going to tell us why he was rude. And you don't have to apologize to me, by the way.
Yeah.
I can take it. But Skyla, I'm excited about whatever joke you're going to throw my way today. Let's go. Look at that. Look at that trifecta up there. I like that a lot, man.
Why does Snoop Dogg always carry an umbrella? Oh, drizzle.
Oh God. What? Jesus. What's that?
Whoa! Full drizzle.
What's that little ticker thing? That was weird.
I don't know.
I like that.
What do we got here? It's good to be king with more children.
I like that draft.
Hey, so DRDP29, real quick, he wanted to know my thoughts on this new rule that's coming into play, DTC rule here. It looks like it's tough to really grab any kind of stuff that will really make a difference, except on page 42. It looks like there's a few things that they could put into place here as far as borrowing shares more than once, naked shorting. Also, liquidity reporting daily. That's something that looks like that could be a big change here.
Is that for shorting?
Yeah. And release of deposits with options clearing corporations on expired options. The OCC automatically releases securities deposited with it to cover margin requirements on an option contract when the option contract expires. The securities are then allocated to your general free account. Notification of the release of securities is received via the collateral loan service functionality in the settlement user interface or automated output. This stuff with the liquidity could have an impact because you won't see a lot of these hyper naked shorts piling into one ticker like you saw with GameStop. But then again, remember this, you won't have the massive gamma mega short squeeze either because this stuff will be prevented. So it's a give and take.
Hey, NetSky Limit. It says I bought DPW here and I'm broke now. You bought it recently or when it rallied back in 17 or 18 and then it went down? And that brings up so many things for me, by the way. Like, how much did you buy that made you broke? And I'm not trying to call you out about this, right? But if you bought enough to make you broke and it was DPW, we would have other conversations about, risk analysis and what made sense or didn't make sense and whether it was low price and that's why you bought it. And I'm not trying to make you feel bad about it because I don't want anyone to ever lose money. But unfortunately, the market's fraught with risk, and I lost money too. I lost a lot of money the time that DPW went down went all the way to I think 595 back down and did 2 reverses. I got crushed for several $1 million actually, and I couldn't afford it at the time. DPW. My only comment is DPW trades a lot and has a lot of short-term trading. And I can't quite get why, because I laid out a very long-term plan of building a holding company and told people on December 20th, 2017, really a 10-year plan. And we're only a couple years into it. And now, last quarter, you saw revenue growth. We have had some challenges. One of the challenges we had is AVLP does business in Italy. And the last year for COVID has been terrible. And then before that, we had financing issues. I'm not going to make excuses, but NetSky Limit, I'm happy to talk to you about it for sure. And you ever want to talk one-on-one about it, let me know what happened.
Yeah.
Love to talk to you about it. And if you're broke, let me know where you live, man. Let's figure out whether we can help you. Let's get your, as Grant Cardone said, let's get your money right.
Yeah, let's get your money right for sure.
Yeah. There's a lot of questions here coming in. I want to answer them. I want to open a brewery. Where do you want to open a brewery, Patrick? Let us know. Eric Walker, have you looked at KMI? Is that Kinder Morgan? Because I'm a big Kinder Morgan fan.
Let's take a look.
Can you write that down, KMI?
Yeah.
What about Guam? What the hell is Guam?
It's a U.S. territory. What do you want to know
you
about
to
it?
go there? Nah, come on. What about copper? We like copper.
We like copper.
Blaze, I'm putting a lot of savings into buying a house, trying to start a business currently. Blaze, what kind of business are you trying to start? Are you going to be flipping houses? ALF play. Shout out to Ravi for the ALF play. Someone told me ALF and ALZN today. Like, I got a call and the guy said, hey, ALF and ALZN, which is Alzheimer, is in play. I'm like, I don't know ALF. Shout out to you. I got one more year of college business school. Wow, nice. Then I'm breaking ground on my hops yard. Where at, Patrick? Where at?
St. Lawrence County. I know that area.
Patrick, I have invested in a lot of restaurants. Let us know what you're doing there, buddy. I sold everything and I owned 3 years ago and started a logistics company. Well, I want to read this. And I started a logistics company, Travis, a rave. Is that right? A rave, Travis, a rave?
Yeah, where's that one?
I started a logistics company.
Oh, yeah.
Are you brokering, Travis, are you brokering, we're going over. Are you brokering freight? Because that's a great business, by the way. And there's several public companies that have grown dramatically after starting as brokers and then ultimately got some flatbeds or some trucks. That's a complicated business.
Yeah.
I know someone in that space, and if you can do it, you can make great money, especially if you keep a lean overhead. But I don't know what you mean in terms of logistics you're doing. But congratulations on that, Travis. Maybe you could tell us your story. Tomorrow's the 100th anniversary, the 100th day, the 100th episode, of Risk On. And Travis, we'd love to hear your story if you want to tell it. Patrick, upstate New York, St. Lawrence County.
Yeah, I know. That's
Is that by where I'm looking right now?
That's
where is that?
Clarkson University, St. Lawrence University. That's up near Messina, I think.
Huh.
Yeah.
Nice. Is there any other questions up here?
DRDP, let me give you a couple more pieces of nutrients here regarding the DTC rules. 005, naked shorting, that's buying and selling synthetic shares. That would be the hedge funds or whoever's shorting, they would need to have actual shares when buying or selling. That's the way I read it. And then DTC-002 would be the liquidation, and the margin calls could be on an hourly basis and could be triggered with no collateral. That's how I read that. It might not be accurate, but if that's the case, then absolutely those new rules would play a big role in trading, especially on the short side.
Net Sky Limit. It's my bad. I still love you, guys. I think in the future, your show will be very big. I will be happy to come on the show. Love to know what you do in that Sky Limit. Listen, anybody out there who wants to talk to me about anything, I'm willing to talk to you. If you're a reasonable person with a reasonable attitude, it's so funny. I put on a tweet that I'll see you. You guys are always welcome to come to Nevada. But I wonder if they paid attention as to why. Doesn't matter.
Well,
we're not going to go there. Hey, Skyla, I'm going to get to some more viewer questions, but I wanted to know what you thought of Miami, and you got 30 seconds to tell us what you thought of Richie Dolan, what we did in Miami. Shout out to Richie Dolan and Rich Speak. I went down there to see him. It was wonderful. His whole team was wonderful. But Skyla, I wanted you to give 30 seconds, and then we're going to go get my man, Randy, in here.
All right, so I had a great time. I had to get up on stage at one point, and that was a little nerve-wracking. I got out of my comfort zone for sure.
Oh, she promoted, by the way.
Yeah, I
on
promoted
stage, she
Risk
said,
On. It was
I'm a co-host of Risk On.
great.
Get on Risk On.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, and
Yeah, she did.
connected with a lot of really cool, influential people. And the environment was obviously beautiful. I had a
Wow.
great time. I'm very happy I went.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
Skyla, I want to apologize. Yesterday, I believe it was, I didn't include you in welcoming you back.
I wasn't upset
and
about
I texted
it.
Skyla, I'm like, I forgot all about it. I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
So,
no, that's okay.
obviously, we need you here.
Skyla, that was the first major, because obviously you got hired after Mariah left, my former assistant. If you ever watch a video, Mariah will tell you that Todd gets up at 7 in the morning, works till 1 at night. And she used to say to her boyfriend, I don't know what Todd does. What was your commentary about, how to explain why your day goes so long working for me?
Well, because you can't explain it in words. I don't know how that makes sense, but there's not specific things he does. He might be doing a couple things, maybe an event here, there throughout the day, but then during the events there's 5 other things going on at the same time. So it's you can't explain what he's doing, because I don't think anyone even knows what he's doing, because there's so many things that are happening.
We own a lot.
simultaneously.
So what happens is we own a lot of business. Tim, I'm going to get to your comment.
Yeah, Tim.
I'm going to get to everyone's comments. We own a lot of businesses, and people don't realize that. We own a commercial defense business. We own businesses, 2 businesses or 3 businesses in England, one in upstate California, one of our headquarters for defenses in Arizona, Connecticut, Israel, Michigan, and I have to go back and forth in terms of what I'm talking about, and it can be chaotic for an assistant for sure. But Skyla, you did great. I'm glad.
Thank you.
Shout out to Richie Dolan and his team
Yeah,
at the
Richie was great.
the Richie Dolan Army. Let's see, Tim. I'm going to say a couple things. One, Peter Quinn, can you comment on SEC plans to regulate crypto? I am so lost in what's going to happen there. Jason, you have any comments on what's going to happen with crypto?
Well, it's obviously competition to a lot of currencies in the world. So I don't know. We'll see what happens as far as what they do for policy here in this administration. You've had President Trump say something about it, competition with the dollar. I think they may probably invoke a large capital gains tax on it.
They're going to regulate it eventually.
Yep,
There's no question.
I think that's what they'll do.
Hey, can you scroll back up? Because I think Stock Market said he owns some DPW.
Where's Tim Steiner? I want that
Hold on a
question.
sec. He's in Munich.
Okay.
I got 3,000 shares of DPW holding. Obviously, we're grateful that you are you're a shareholder, for sure. I will definitely check you out in that Sky Limit. Caesar, I appreciate the comment. Devon Wright, yes, I like to eat, and if you come to Vegas, I promise you, Jason and I will have lunch or dinner with you, and you will leave there going, oh my God, now I know why Todd's fat. Tim Steiner, it's frustrating. Is it frustrating for you when DPW's business is doing extremely well, but the stock is falling? The market cap is ridiculously small compared to the success. Greetings from Munich.
Good statements here.
I don't usually comment on the market cap of DPW, but I would say to you, I have been insider buying recently, and I converted some debt. And so my frustration shows up in the fact that I continue to buy DPW. I've never sold a single share. Now, I think people get confused because they see that we have an ATM. We want to build $1 billion holding company as kind of a baseline. So we do have a goals of how much capital we're going to have. But if you look at the last quarter, I think we're deploying it well.
Yep.
We had a good quarter. We'll see
Yeah.
what happens this quarter. I would only say to you that I am frustrated that it trades at this point, I think, below book value pretty significantly.
For sure.
Yeah, so that part is very frustrating, Tim. But I think eventually the market will figure out that we are building something.
But Tim, you have to remember there's inefficiencies in the market, and that's how people make money oftentimes, not specifically with what you're discussing with this ticker, but in the markets in general, in life, in poker, in sports betting, anything there's inefficiencies. It's your job to decipher those inefficiencies, decide what the risk is, what the reward is, and then plan accordingly on how you can take advantage of those.
It's good to be the king. Funny thought, Skyla, you should do an outdoor on-location weather segment. It's especially funny because the constant weather fluctuations in Vegas. Oh, that does happen there.
Did you want me to go get Randy?
I do. Just hang
All right.
tight. We're going over.
We're going over.
Rod Wilson, M. McLean. I am very new trader. Only been trading for a year. Have to learn so many hard lessons. I'm not comfortable with options yet. Listen, that's part of the problem with being a trader, and that is, if you're trading in a bull market, you have to remember that about 80% of your success is based on where the market's going. I've been through bear markets, and the part that sucks about bear markets is when things go down, they go down. And there's an analogy I learned after 32 years of doing this. Stocks would go higher than you ever thought possible and lower than you ever thought imaginable.
Yeah.
And you have to be willing to, why do we keep so much cash? Because I believe someday there's going to be a sell-off, right? And I want to be in place. I want to be in place to take advantage of really beaten up stuff, because I've made more money when there's blood in the streets, right? I'm not the momentum guy, although Jason, you've got me in some momentum stuff. I'm usually the guy who's buying an asset. You know, my motto is very simple. I buy undervalued assets and disruptive technologies with a global impact. I want to own something that is disrupting something else, but I want to do it at an undervalued price. And it's hard to be a new trader. And I would tread lightly, because you can get your butt kicked pretty hard.
For sure.
And you got to learn how. Unfortunately, it's the price of poker. You got to learn. You got to learn, and that's just the way it is. Anastasia Ault, for all those people in this room, not enough likes. That's my mom. Come on, mom. Come on, mom. My mom's in there trying to get me likes.
Yeah.
What's going on here? Hey guys, I told you on the show, my mom today had to do a hard thing. She had to put my father in a home for Alzheimer's patients because she couldn't take care of him.
Yeah.
I wanted her to do it 6 months ago. She wouldn't do it. For all of you who wonder why I started Alzheimer's, it's because my father has it. My grandparents died from it. My mother-in-law died from it. Skyla's grandfather died from it. My dad's sisters and brothers have, some cases, early onset of it. It is a terrible, terrible disease. And what's sad is Biogen, you got approval for nothing, in my opinion. My opinion, whatever. I know people on that drug. Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
Not much. So, Mom, I'm sorry you had to deal with that today. I know that you're on air and probably sad about it, but it's the best thing you could have done for Dad's safety. He was falling down. He was violent. All the things that happen when someone has severe Alzheimer's. Eric Walker, love the show. Thank you so much, Eric. So what would be a great beer? What would be good in it? What was this? What's he saying?
What
Would be great? How do you pronounce his name? SKUMP 13.
Oh yeah, Scump.
Scump. What would be great in a bear market? Well, I'm a fan of probably real estate right now.
Yeah, real estate's good. Obviously, I'm a fan of precious metals, but if they're
It doesn't mean you can't buy in a bear market. It just means you have to be cautious that if you're used to this up and away thing you got with GameStop. That's a rare thing. This GameStop phenomenon is rare. It's rare, man. I remember in the late 2000s with the .com thing. I mean, everyone called. I thought I was a lunatic. Like, people were calling me up, buy this, and the next day it was up 100 points. I'm like, and I was missing out. And all those things burned and went to zero. Most of them went to zero,
Well, now we're trying to control our own destiny. So,
Rod Wilson, I want to help you learn to make more money. Listen, I hate to be a sales guy here, but get on the big business with Todd Ault. Marshall's going to be on there. 949-799-1831. 949-799-1831. I will, if you type in big, I don't know what's going to cost to be on it, but I'd love for you to be on it, and I'll give some of those away so you can be on those talks. Steve Smith, thank you for the super chat. We got 100th episode tomorrow.
Are we doing?
I promise you, on Big Business with Todd Ault, we're going to talk personal, your stuff. We can talk one-on-one. We can talk as a group. It'll be fun.
The conference is October.
I think right now Marshall has said that it's set for October. We're going to let you know the dates and the location. We're looking at the Virgin Hotel. We're going to make it a fun conference. LA Story is going to be performing there. I know Richie Dolan's going to talk there. A lot of people. What does he mean? ALZN is running after hours.
He's saying it's 875 after hours, up 4.17%.
Oh, yeah. I have a little interest there for sure. Skyla, why don't you go get my man Randy?
All right, I'm excited for tomorrow. 100.
Hey, 100th episode. We're gonna do some crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. Let's do it. Blood in the street. Seriously, that's how I made so much money with Apple buying big on the double down. Greece financial crisis. Hey, yeah, I was there. I know what you're talking about there. Tim Steiner. Thanks. DPW is one of my biggest positions because I thought. I think your work is incredible. I would say, oh, you're out of your mind. Tim, come on, man. Thanks, Munich, but there's no way I'm saying that. I am not even remotely close. Kipsy, must be very tough to see your father's face away. Thoughts and prayers, Todd. Thank you so much. Hi, Mrs. Ault from W. McLean. Hugs and kisses. This is great, you guys. Thank you so much. It really is sad, but we did find him a home that, believe it or not, his sister, my father's sister, who has Alzheimer's very bad, she's in a sister home run by the same group, but a different home in the same area. And so we referred to them in Mission Viejo, California. And I think it's the best for him. It had to be Droppy. Good listening. Always, guys. Appreciate the show. Hey, Randy. Missed you yesterday, buddy.
Yeah, I know. I know you guys were busy.
What happened over the weekend?
Oh, it was a busy weekend, man. Started Friday, the Golden Knights and Canadiens Game 3. I don't know if you caught it, but it was about 2 minutes to go, and Fleury went behind the net trying to get a puck, which he never should have done. He booted it right in front of the net, and the Canadian guy just knocked it in for an easy cupcake goal, sent it into overtime. They were up 2-1 at that point, almost ready to win the game, and then went into overtime. They lost. And then on Sunday was a good game. 1-1, went into overtime, and then Nicholas Roy scored the game winner in overtime. So now it's 2 games apiece. So it's a dogfight, and they're here now tonight for Game 5 at T-Mobile Arena. So we'll see what's going to happen. But it's been a good series so far. Nail-biter for sure. And then on Sunday, we had a couple good races. Actually, the IndyCar race wasn't that good. Joseph Newgarden was winning with about 2 laps to go on a restart. Got stuck in 5th gear. Got passed by Alex Palou, so gifted him the win. And Colton Herta was second, Will Power third there. Pato finished 9th, so he didn't have a very good day. Dropped back to 2nd in the points now. So, and then in the F1 race in France, that was some good news. Max Verstappen won, beat Hamilton, passed him with like a couple laps to go, blew by him. His tires were shot. And then Sergio Perez was 3rd. So Red Bull won 1st and 3rd. So they're on a roll right now. So
Anything else exciting, Randy?
that's about it right now.
Hey, guys, I wanted you to pay attention to something. One of the reasons I teamed up with Jason is risk management. And Jason is really good at bankroll management. And I didn't really, I mean, people will probably think this is insane what I'm about to say to you, but it is taking me over 30 years to really, truly understand managing your bankroll. I've always been kind of on red or black, all in kind of thing. And you're helping me manage bankroll, risk management.
Well,
so Jason on the Big Business Call will be talking about risk management. And all of you guys that are traders that you think you're new, you do need to talk to Jason about risk management and bankroll management because it will help your attitude as you build that bankroll. If you think about a commercial bank like JP Morgan, they got to have money at risk, right? So in order to be a trader, you've got to figure out what your actual bankroll is. What scares me is some people, their bankroll, they're living on their daily bread. And someone asked me in Miami, they said, hey, I got $50,000. What would you do with it? And she said, I'm a realtor and I'm flipping homes. And I'd say, flip more homes. Because you've got to have a bankroll. Well, I can go to my husband for the money, but I want to earn the money myself. I said, you got to have your own bankroll to do your daily bread business.
Correct.
So you've got to establish your daily bread. I mean, listen, whether you're a religious person or not, in the Bible it talks about daily bread. It's still a good comment, which is that you kind of got to know what your daily bread is, what you need, and then over and above what you have for your bankroll, right? So one of the reasons why I asked Jason to bet was because I believe that he could show people with $1,200, which he proven that he made it into over 6,000, right? Now, is it your belief that just that people aren't interested in it, or why aren't you continuing?
Well, I don't know. We could keep going, but I think it would probably require a separate show.
Do you think it would require a separate show?
I think so, but the problem is we probably have to size up to make it more interesting.
But why is $1,200 to $6,000? I mean, Randy, aren't you interested? Someone went from $1,200 to $6,000 and didn't even have a high winning percentage. In fact, I think he was flat, but he had bankroll management.
Well, yeah, especially, I mean, he studies the game so much. It's like in the beginning of the year, it's impossible to pick winners because these teams haven't even found their identity yet.
Sure.
I mean, and players haven't even started catching fire yet. But he's picking these games he was winning. He was, like you said, expanding the bankroll. It's like witchcraft.
Well,
maybe it's risk on gaming with Jason Bartholomew, not risk on sports.
Maybe we'll have to do an Instagram. I think maybe that would be better.
Would it be?
Yeah. If you look at some of the people that are,
Jason, you took $1,200.
Yeah.
After losing 13, by the way, parlays. You took $1,200 to I think almost 7,000.
Right.
Like 6,600.
Right.
I'm pretty impressed. And if you're looking at people who want to do bankroll management and enjoy sports betting, I don't understand why we're not kind of doing that for people here.
Well, we were pretty busy though because
No, I get the reasons.
Yeah. I mean, we had a pause.
Let me just say, one of the things I'm going to talk to you guys about is whether you want that to continue. And I don't know. I know some people use the system, some people didn't. But I'm fascinated that you took 12. You did not. I mean, literally, your net record was like flat.
Yeah.
But you're up, thousands and thousands of dollars. And my point here is risk management on your own bankroll when you're trading stocks. You got to know that. Obviously, you can press things. We're up a lot. We can press. But I really am excited to have Jason talk to you about risk management, how he manages his bankroll, because he's a trader, Jason.
Versatile revenue streams or versatile, opportunities. For me, poker, baseball betting, stock trading, daily bread. Working hard in business development for Ault.
I want to tell you why I bring this up. Why I bring this up. We know a guy named Lance who we're talking to about him helping people. I mean, what do you think of what you've seen with Lance? You spent some hours with him. My point is that there are people on the show that want to make money.
Yeah.
I hate being that huckster guy. I'm not like, here, buy my program. I want you to make money at it, right? Mm-hmm. What I see Lance doing is training people. They're learning how to make money. Is that a rough way to go, or if you were a guy who maybe wanted to get started in real estate and you didn't have a lot of money, would you do that program?
I think that would work for a lot of people. It's just a matter of having enough focus and drive and the ability to actually compete every day. That's a lot of things that people do not have in life, and that could be some downfalls. Like, you need the motivation, you need the drive, the consistency, and the dedication in order to compete and win in life. So it doesn't matter what the opportunity is.
Sure.
If you don't have
you gotta
those
be focused on
traits,
something you like.
so yeah.
One thing it took me a long time to do was to figure out, like, I wanted to be either a pilot or work on Wall Street, and it took me a long time to sort of know what my lane was. And until I figured out that lane, I was kind of lost. And so I would encourage all of you, if you got to figure out what you want to do. If some people are not motivated by having a lot of money, that's okay. Randy, you've worked with me a long time. You like to service others. You like taking care of people. You like doing the right thing for the company. You're not motivated by money. You want to be able to live well. And you've chosen your path of really being a service provider. Some people want to own a business. They want to start a business. You got to figure out where you are in your lane, man. You got to figure that out. I appreciate everyone today. Tomorrow is the 100th episode. Randy, thank you so much for joining us today and updating us on one of my favorite sports, which is F1. Randy and I have a dispute about, like, who I'm allowed to like in F1, so I don't agitate Randy. Hey, Brett, thanks for letting us go over Nick today. Marshall, we miss you. Hope everything's well back there in New York. Obviously, you're at a funeral, so that could not be that fun, but I know you're back there for the family. Special thanks to Richie Dolan again. Check out Richie Dolan on Instagram. You'll see me with him. He's going to be at the RiskOn conference. Very connected guy. Jason?
Well,
any final thoughts on the way out?
Tomorrow is number 100. Maybe we'll bring some baseball betting back into the mix.
Maybe. Sure.
We can do that. That's an opportunity for people to make money. We've proven that we can do that, but it's just a matter of having, if there's nobody that wants to do it with me, then I'm just going to keep betting on my own. I won't even post it. So it's just up to the people.
Well, I want to. Hey, I wanted to, and what did I do? I put 400 out of the 1,600. I would have put half in.
Yeah.
Hey, it's RiskOn. It's the 22nd of June. This is the 99th episode. We love you guys. I'm so glad that you're here. Stay tuned for tomorrow's 100th episode. Take care. Be safe. I'm glad to be back in the studio. Thanks for Miami. Thanks for everybody there. Great time. See you tomorrow. Take care.